You know, as much as we love our spouses, Sharon, it's not always easy to be in the same space for so long, right? And we're spending so much more time at home than usual. So we wanted to get some tips from Dr. Viviana Coles. She shared ways to connect during this social time of distancing and spending a lot of time at home together.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you too. I know that this has been eye-opening experience for everyone. This is uncharted territory for a lot of couples, and spending day in and day out, unless you're a work from home business, this is really challenging.
So what are some tips for couples to kind of take deep breaths and be able to handle all that is going on?
Just because there's a lot of quantity of time together doesn't mean that it's all going to be quality, and that is okay. You do not have to spend day in and day out connecting, being together, bonding, looking for ways to spend time together that is really going to make you feel closer to each other. You still need your me time. You still need to make sure that you are getting that time to focus on fluff. I mean, it's so important to just kind of zone out sometimes throughout the day.
And as far as, going out on dates, maybe having some time for a babysitter to come, I know that's now not a possibility. So how do you have the intimacy when you might have 2, 3, 4 kids at home, or even for couples that don't have kids? How do you kind of keep that spark?
I'm telling a lot of the families that I work with, break some of the rules. Allow for bedtime to be a fun time. Let them build forts while you have your own alone time, cooking dinner and having your own time. Get them a pizza from the oven while you cook a meal together. Light some candles, put some music on. It's okay for there to be some screen time if it means that the two of you are going to be able to connect.
And I know that this can be a kind of a high anxiety time. And so couples that already might have had issues prior to this, and now they've got this really high anxiety time, and here they are confined in this space. What do you say to that?
A very practical piece of advice is don't give up your space. If you live in close quarters, that's going to make anyone feel uneasy. So make sure that you're using the outside of your house. Make sure that you're switching up rooms when you're doing your work. Don't claim a space in the house as your own, because you are sharing it with someone else. So you can't claim the entire dining room for the next month.
Right.
You need to be able to switch things up. Everyone needs to have different viewpoints, perspectives. Get fresh air when you can, alone. And again, give each other space. This is that time. If you have 2 different bathrooms in your house and you've never maybe not shared a restroom, this is your chance to give yourself that space. We all need to not feel like we're closed in. Be near windows whenever possible. If you're going to be doing work for hours and hours, you're near a window, open it if it feels good. But this is your chance to give each other space and not have to be feeling guilty about it.
And so maybe now to the couples that are not married, or maybe even singles during this time, maybe just a quick kind of what should they be doing now that they really can't connect or go out as much?
This is the time to find out what you're made of. What do you miss the most? What's really calling your attention? What are you attracted to? What is creating a sense of hominess, comfort? What are you finding out about yourself? Basically, this is a time to date yourself, to figure out who you really are, so that when you are starting to date others, if you're not already doing that virtually during this time, you know more about yourself to be able to share that with someone else who may or may not be a long-term companion.
This is really useful advice. So thank you so much for your time.
Be safe, stay healthy.
Well, Dr. Viviana does virtual therapy sessions. If you'd like to find out more, you can find her on social media or her website at drviviana.com.